There's so much to share with you on a weekly basis, and one of the biggest decisions I need to make is to decide what are we going to include in this weekly video. Now, along the way, over the last 30 days, we've had over 5,000 new subscribers to our email lists, which is the most we've ever had on a week in a monthly basis. Huge. We love that. Of those, we've had 100 more YouTube subscribers. And over the last 3.5 years, we have now achieved over 1 million YouTube views. These are big numbers. This is big exposure for us, for any OTC company, and I'm just happy to lead off with those statistics and to welcome everybody who is new to our videos, our company, our progress, our story, our journey. Thank you and welcome. So like I opened, on these videos, there's a lot we can talk about and I've got to decide. Now this week, we're going to talk about what I think is some exciting travel that I did, but not just me. We had 4 of our team members, our amazing Gary out of the Rex in Detroit, amazing guy, Gary. You know, I adore you. You're amazing. We had Tony Taylor, who lives in Florida. We had Troy McKenna, our VP out of Ohio. And we had Ian Pop, who is our VP of R&D. So we're going to talk about all the Florida RADDOG action. But before we do, we're going to talk about what I was working on this week, at least in person. I was in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday and Wednesday. Yes, I was in Washington the night of the State of the Union speech. And I'll share with you, very busy day on Tuesday for me. And it's one of those days, and I know that there's traveling salespeople who watch us and support us, and you might resonate with this, but it was a double dinner day. Sometimes, you know, you might have a double lunch or even a triple lunch. Tuesday was a double dinner. I had the SIA dinner, then I had another business meeting dinner afterwards. Just one of those days. Very busy, high value, spreading the word, getting people into our sales funnel. What a great day. But I was there because I'm on the board of SIA, Security Industry Association, and I try to be participatory. I love the organization. I love my peers. It's been great for us, great for my development as well. We were there to help press forward the security industry's priorities, which of course AITX's priorities are included. So we want to talk about tariffs, taxation, regulations, typical business industry type agenda. And to support that, we had, each board member had a few meetings set up with a few legislators. I had 2 senators and 1 representative. And the unfortunate thing is that our meetings were set up the day after the State of the Union. So all of the actual elected officials were busy working on the State of the Union related work, whereas we were just able to meet with staffers. Now, in years past, I've heard that the actual legislators come out and meet with the constituents like us. Needless to say, it was a great day of meetings and networking and pushing forward our agenda. And along with this whole agenda, SIA brings in different speakers. And, you know, on Tuesday night at the first dinner, one of the speakers was somebody who works for a Department of Education, I don't know, some high-level bureaucrat in the Department of Education, and he told us some fascinating real-life stories of how DOGE is working with his group in order to cut waste and, you know, whatever else that they're looking for. That was kind of interesting to hear that firsthand. Another speech that was really interesting was from the Chief of Staff of the House Speaker. He came in and he had a lot of personality. He was super fun. And he talked a little bit more specifically about the president's priorities and how the Republicans in the House must work with the Democrats because the margins are so slim. So it's very interesting to hear that firsthand. But I'm sitting there and I'm listening, I'm asking a question or two. But I'm thinking to myself, as I always do, how can I take this information and make AITX better? What can I do? And I'm not really much of a guy who sits through lectures. I don't listen to podcasts or do stuff like that. I'm out, action. That's how I want to be. So I'm sitting there thinking, what can I do? And it's just going through my head. And anyway, I go through the morning, and there's some speeches in the morning. And I go to my first legislator meeting, and I'm sitting here, and there's one other peer there, and he starts, asking for stuff, complaining about stuff to the staffers. And I'm looking at the interaction, and I'm just like, well, this isn't going to get us anywhere. And so what I decided in that moment, now, leading up to that moment, this had been percolating in my mind for many, many months, leading all the way back to Secret Holt and the interactions we had with her when we first launched our firearm detection analytic. And so what I said to this particular legislature's staffers, and I did it 2 more times throughout the rest of the day, is I said, you know what? If you feel like supporting it, I will give our firearm detection analytic, which I think is the best of the best of the best, to every K-12 school, public school in the state. And the staffers were shocked. They were like, what? Like, they were clearly taken aback because nobody comes to give, people come to ask. And I did that 2 more times. And along the way, I'm talking with, my peers and the people that are walking us around and so forth. And I'm like, why don't more people do this? And part of the reason is how our political system in the United States is designed. Because a lot of these politicians are seeking re-election, constantly seeking re-election, especially the representatives that only have a 2-year term, it actually doesn't help if they do things, because then they have a record that can be attacked. Because whenever you do something, somebody's going to be made happy and somebody's not going to be made happy. And that's not the best thing for a politician. So the first 2 legislators, I think, are going to continue to run. But the third one was Gary Peters, a Democrat from Michigan, who isn't going to run again. He's got 2 years left in his term. That kind of fits well because he is the minority leader, I think, on technology subcommittees. I don't know. He's got some good positions. And I thought that could fit with his brand and the legacy that he might want to live. So I have some hope there with them taking it up. But the interesting thing is that we are now saying, and we just whispered it on Wednesday. We didn't talk about it too much. We just whispered it on Wednesday, but we're saying, hey, K-12 schools are so important that we have something in our hands that could potentially save kids and adults, for that matter. We're going to give it away for them for free. Now, there will be some costs related to setup, maintenance, whatever. But from the analytics standpoint itself, which is very expensive, because we should have our Department of Homeland Security designation, Safety Act designation, sometime in the next few months, hopefully. It was very expensive to get. Anyway, we're going to give it away to K-12. Let's see what happens with it. Now, you're saying, oh my God, why are we doing this? Why are we giving it away? We got to make some money. Well, we will. Because if we can start creating a standard with our firearm detection analytic, then that means that we can start getting paid for it from all these other businesses, including higher education. And just like that, folks, we are running low on time. I'm going to run through a couple more things. Let's talk about Florida. So we had 4 of our amazing team members in Florida at the opening of Florida State Legislature. And what we had RADDOG LE2, alive and well and meeting politicians and staffers and police chiefs and doing an incredible job of demand creation. I haven't got the report back from Troy yet as to how many new leads we got. I don't have the media report yet as to where we were on TV or what's coming up or what's next. But man, oh man, to have one of our products at that level was tremendous. And I credit Troy for organizing that. Troy is supported by several other people in our orbit in Florida. I thank you guys as well. So big day. As I'm talking about this, I'm sure Doug is rolling some related video and photos from that event. That's just a little snapshot of me, Troy, and a few others getting out doing things. Beyond that, we have everybody doing everything that we can. We're still incredibly confident on the success that we will be having this year, and it provides a tremendous amount of energy and adrenaline, which I'm harvesting right now because I'm a bit tired. There's one last thing that I want to share with you, and that is that Doug Clemens, who has produced hundreds of these videos for us, is going to be on medical leave next week, so we will have our newest marketing ad, very experienced and qualified. David Marsh will be handling these videos, so there'll probably be a little bit of a different flavor. We'll see what those come out to. You guys know how I do this. I turn on the camera, I kind of have some notes, I share what I think you want to hear and what I want to share, and then Doug takes it and adds the magic that makes these videos great. Dave will be doing that for a limited period of time until we get Doug back. So let's wish Doug the best, and everybody, thank you so much. Let's keep our momentum going. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Make it a great day.